Welcome to Enchanted Tarot, and this is for the sign of Aries for the month of December. It is a general reading, so it will not resonate with each and every one of you who are watching. If this does not sound like your story, check your moon sign or your rising sign. Your messages could be there, and if not, simply check back in the following week when I put out a new message for your sign. Now, I've added in a new element to this reading, so I do hope you will stick around to hear these messages. These are, with regards to this situation, these are the lessons. I get a lot of clients asking me, what was I supposed to learn here? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you your lesson you should have learned in the past, and maybe you did. We'll see. Your current lesson that you're going through and your future lesson. So let us begin. This is there's been a transformation in your relationship. I feel like it's possible the flame went out or is in danger of going out. Someone here is wondering if they have the potential, if the relationship has what it takes to turn this thing around, to reignite that flame, to bring the passion back to this relationship, to bring it back to life. And so this is the central issue. Clearly, for one, a connection is felt. And it is that person's desire to bring things back into balance. I feel like there was trouble. Something here happened, although the cards are not taking me back that far, but there's like a helping hand here that came in, and I see it here, and I see it here. This was in the past, to work things out, but something doesn't feel right about it. See, there was a discussion, an agreement. It's like, I don't want to fight. Can't we work this out? And so it's like a new offer goes on the table. But there's fear here about whether or not, let's say they are who they say they are, or their intentions are sincere. We'll put it that way. And can we ignite this flame? There's a lot of worries about this. Nine of Swords energy. It's like losing something you lose sleep over. Squire of Swords in the reverse. He's like somebody who wears a false mask, who's pretending to be somebody that they are not. And they could also be the watcher, whether you're, even if you're living with them, they can still be watching you. Let me see. They could be gathering information, or you are. It could be that you may have caught them off guard. And in that little window, when you caught them off guard, you picked up something. That something made you uneasy and caused all of these worries. And you're wondering if you can really, like, does this have what it takes? Can we reignite this flame? There's a lot of arguing that goes on in this, there's jealousy here too in this card. Five of Shields is negative, whether it's up or reversed. And it's coming with the Ten of Swords. So there could have been a series of disappointments with this person. One could feel betrayed by this person. But this card, you see there's a lot of light here. It's almost like it's over, but is it really over? Is what it would be suggestive of. Can we put this behind us and begin again? Ace of Wands. This is the candle you're trying to reignite. So it's in the past, but it's also in the current thoughts. So a connection is still felt for someone, and they're looking back at the cycle and thinking. And I feel this is all about, does this have the potential to repair itself? Can we move away from the pain? Can we move away from all of this disappointment? And here we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords can be unrequited love. It can be a huge disappointment. It's a lot of heartbreak over this change that has happened in this relationship. But it's like the heartbreak is very deep. It's very much felt, but it's almost like the person's not giving up in the face of the challenge. Yeah, they're hurt, they're tired, they're exhausted, but they're still trying. This is somebody who's, they're not sitting around waiting for things to happen. They're actively doing something while they're waiting for their ships to come in. And what is that? That's that offer that they want. That's that apology. That's that new start with Temperance. It's that healing. They're not happy because things have not been going the way they imagined it would, It took a turn somewhere for the worse. And there's been a series of those turns from what I can see here. But they're not ready to give up, is what I get. And yet, the wheel is in the upright on this Three of Swords. It's the clarifier. And so, this is change that is in your favor, whether you see it or not, but you clearly don't see it because you're looking down, and you're looking down at the swords. And the wheel, it could be you're in a karmic cycle. I feel like lessons have not been learned here. You could be, with this, you could be considering another cycle with this person, which is what you are doing here in this little scene. Let us look at this lesson here. Okay, so this one here is in the past. Okay, it's a lesson that has been made evident, but may not have been embraced or learned yet. And Spirit would like you to know that progress cannot be made until this lesson here has been addressed and dealt with. So what is it? It is change, which is exactly what we see in this reading. Change that has happened. And so I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, okay? This is what it's saying here. There is a certain comfort in the idea of living a life without surprises. The status quo has an appeal, but you will never learn or grow if your circumstances stay the same. Everybody wants life to be better, but that requires change. You've chosen to incarnate into this physical dimension called Earth because of the myriad of opportunities. If you don't take advantage of them, then what was the point? Staying within your comfort zone is overrated. With change comes transformation, and with transformation comes evolution. Stop viewing change as good or bad, because all change nourishes your soul. Don't equate it with a lack of control. Life happens, and it's supposed to happen. You can direct how it plays out, and you can always have the power to accept a change that redirects your life. And so the next lesson is in the present moment, and it is the energy you are currently in, whether you're aware of it or not. And it is very, very significant, because if you're not prepared for this lesson, it could prove to be a stumbling block and impede your progress. And it is acceptance. I am learning to accept things that I cannot change. Right now, your soul is learning acceptance. This may force you to feel out of control in a situation or with another person. Just realize that the universe has given you this incredible opportunity to release control. Perhaps doing so will help you realize that there is a rhythm, a rhyme or reason to everything in life. Rather than thinking that these are accidents that are occurring, refer to these conditions as moments of divine design. Maybe it is a person or a situation that you do not agree with right now. For the moment, instead of having a knee-jerk reaction based on an emotional response, stop and step back, observe, and make an attempt to understand both sides of the equation, which is an incredible gift for you to practice tolerance, grace, and patience. Realize that although you have come to accept a situation or a condition, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are condoning a behavior or that you support it. You see it for what it is and recognize that there is something rich to learn from it. This is your final lesson. It is in the future. It will suggest what long-range lesson is to be learned. It may relate to this situation at hand, or it could be an ultimate life lesson of which this situation is just a very small piece of the puzzle. And so we have surrender. I can release my need to control. You need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. Every soul has its own unique path, and it is not your job to dictate it. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Your soul, too, has a path, and you possess the power to control it. But you must surrender the illusion that you have control over another. Remember that this is a process, and from time to time your ego will rise up and demand that things be the way they should be. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all of the things you think you need to control, and let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. And so that is what I have for you. And I hope that you have found this reading to be helpful to you. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, I would like to say thank you to those who have sent in a donation to the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.